All right, welcome in everybody. I don't know if Cody will be able to join us today as we have people coming in live on all channels here. So we are live on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And we're also live on Patreon. So with that said, let's get into it. Thank you guys for starting to climb in here and starting the day off. We're a little bit later than normal with this with our with our news channel part. So I do apologize for that. Had to start do some things with my moving business. With that said, I don't think Cody's going to be coming in today, but I did send him a invite to join us. Also, it is open forum. If you guys want to join in live, certainly feel free to message me on TikTok in the comments or on in the chat on YouTube, and we can get you to join in and speak your piece and mind on things. I know the market's kind of going crazy. If you guys could like and follow and give us some support, it really would help. We talk about all things crypto, stocks, business, investing, all that fun stuff. So definitely glad to have you guys in here. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Go over kind of like the morning routine. As you guys know, we had a nice little drop in the market. Bitcoin kind of down almost 3%, kind of just about to slip below that 29,000 mark. Shout out to Taco Man. XRP is dropping, mostly based on the fears of the SEC appeal and a few other things going on. What's up, Cody? How are you doing today?
What is up?
So we have XRP's took a nice 6% drop with everything going on. I can only see that as a good thing as we keep pushing through and getting where we want to be at. I'm thinking it's going to go as low as 60 cents, maybe 55 cents, with the news of people with the fears of people with the fears of people with the SEC getting its appeal and everything. It's I don't think there's anything to worry about there. I think the pretty much the case is over, but the SEC still has a chance to appeal the case. However, it still has pretty much clarity and everything as to what's happening. I don't think they'll appeal, but if they do appeal, I think it'll be shot down. But I also feel like this was just another like price suppression tactic, kind of like the last that we could throw in there. Shout out to Next World. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. We have we'll get to you in a second there, John Tatro. Thoughts on Shiba Inu? It's just a meme coin that has a lot of hype around it, and of course, since we're getting close to the next bull run, I wouldn't be surprised if it does take off, just because of the hype around it. Uh,
Yeah.
we see we've got Litecoin down 3.5%. We have Solana down almost 6%. We have Chainlink down almost 5% out of the $8 range. We got Cosmos back in the $8 upper eights with about 4% drop. And we have Polkadot down only 4%, still holding in the $5
I
range.
love Polkadot. Shout out Polkadot because I love Polkadot.
So definitely, and Quant, of course, down only about 2.5%, down to 101. Still hasn't broken that $100 mark, but you never know. It might actually finally break under that $100 mark, but who knows? But it's just an interesting time. We kind of had a relief rally. Now everyone's kind of selling off and taking some profits. Shout out to John Tataro. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. How's XDC looking? We'll get to that in just a second. Right now, the crypto greed and fear index is at 56, so we're still in neutral.
Yesterday it was at 52, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it dropped. It's been swinging between 50 and like 60 and maybe like 65, but we haven't gotten to like a real like total green area yet.
Yeah, it was
Shout,
literally at 52 the other day. Now it's at
mhm.
56.
Shout out to knowledge. Yeah, your quant is tough. Yeah, it's not breaking that barrier there. So I think quant is going to hold its ground. So might dollar cost average a little bit into it, but not. I wouldn't really focus on it too much right now because we'll wait to see if it drops a little more with the market. But it's been kind of fluctuating, almost like a stock, up and down, very little bit. We also have XDC here. It's up 3.5% on the day.
Yeah,
Definitely a
quant's
run up
kind of
the
like
last day. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cody.
quant's kind of been stabilizing for a while. I still have buys in at like $50.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think we'll see anything that low again. Not for a while there.
Especially since it's a low market cap.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got a low market cap. It should go down with the rest of the market. It just might only go down a little bit more. I don't know yet. Shout out to Taco Man. I have 200 in XRP. Was thinking about buying 300 more. Should I wait? It looks like I would wait just a little bit to see. Make sure you set those alerts, those price alerts on, like, if you have crypto.com or any exchange that you're using, so that way you can see when it's starting to pull back up. So that way you can get a good entry point in there. But I still think we can still go down to 60 cents on XRP. But we don't know. People might just buy right into it. Kind of like here with XDC, it's it dropped down. It had this nice dip at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and then we shot up 1 cent. So there's a good trading opportunity there. But it looks like if we go over to the 1 year mark, it looks like we're starting to climb out there of this little valley that is created. So from 2021, I think it was its height at around 17 cents. We're going down. As far as it overall, the project still sound is still good and it's still moving with all the other places, all the other coins in the general area. Shout out to Taco Man. If you have Coinbase, it's great because they should give you alerts. So just pay attention to what you're investing in, what's in your wallet, but also make sure you get it onto a hard wallet too for you. Especially
XDC
go ahead, Cody.
XDC is one of those coins to where once I build up my ETH bag and on my blue chips and my main projects, I'll throw like $1,000 into that XDC or like Ethereum Classic is a good pumper as well, believe it or not. Ethereum Classic is a good one if you want to just throw $1,000 in and just say, I'll forget about it. Let's see if it pumps crazy one day. I would recommend Ethereum Classic for that.
Okay, well, there we go. Cody has his opinion there. I'm thinking of XDC might be added in there, but I'm still looking for all the gaming tokens to take off because I think that's going to be the industry that takes off with
Yes.
with how long we're going to be on there. Shout out to Oxymoron. Glad to have you in here. Thanks for your support. Do you all have Triple Q or NOS or SPY along with crypto? I don't have any of those.
Triple Q's a good one.
So it's Cody's been looking. I think those are stocks.
No, those are index funds.
Index fund. Okay.
Triple Q is an
I don't
index
pay
fund.
attention to index funds. I really just do. Like I said, I use Betterment, so whatever they invest in, that's what they choose.
I have Triple Q on my Vanguard Roth IRA.
Okay. I don't really do that. I use kind of real estate as my main kind of investment holding, and then to use the cash flow to invest into crypto and individual picks for stocks. But if for everyone just getting in and you don't like a lot of trading, yes, index funds are a great way to just kind of average into the market as a whole. But when I found Betterment like a few years ago, I think that's even better than using an index fund because they trade in and out of index funds and micro trading AI bot.
Triple Q is a play I want to get into once I have big index funds like that. and safe index funds and like bonds. I want to get into those later on when my net worth is really high. But right now I don't have a high net worth. That's why I'm, going all in on crypto. Therefore I can take those
Mhm.
profits. And if I want to go to real estate or like invest in index funds or bonds and stuff like that, I could do that.
Yes, shout out to Nas 2023. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate your support. And shout out to Oxymoron. You said Betterment. Yes, Betterment, exactly how it's spelled. You could set your risk tolerance ratio and just let their bots do their thing. And it's a great way to steadily, you can do direct deposits into it. You can do a lot of things. I'm not a paid advertiser of Betterment. It's just something I use and I recommend it to all people. And shout out to the Empress Oracle. That's good. That's a cool tag. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate you guys joining us in here today. Uh, so yeah, I recommend like Cody's got a good idea. It's like if you don't have a large net worth yet, he's Bill trying to build up crypto, get in there, and then we can take his profits and put it into those index funds and other more safe investment avenues. But like I said, I always recommend real estate because you get nice tax write offs and you get to do you get to get the income off of renting the property, and then you can use that towards investments as long as you make sure that you're reserving enough money to take care of your tenants. Shout out to Oxymoron. You guys are really cool for sharing your knowledge. Thanks for your efforts. Hey, we thank you for joining in. Thanks for your support. And as always, it's a open forum, so you guys can definitely um, drop your questions in the chat or drop if you're on YouTube, drop them on there in the chat as well. We definitely will try to catch you. I know some of our moderators are in here. Um, hopefully we can spot your guys' questions, but we do really do appreciate it. Appreciate you guys' support. Shout out to Knowledge. If you trade crypto in an IRA, does that protect you from taxes? Uh, n-
I don't think you can trade crypto in a Roth IRA,
I don't
especially
think
since
so.
trading in a Roth IRA, you can't trade in one anyway because it's meant for holding long term. It penalizes you if you
Mhm.
take out early. That's what a Roth IRA. That's for a Roth IRA at least.
I don't think there's any product to delay the taxes you have to pay on crypto. Um, Now the only time you would is if you withdrew it as cash. I think is when you're obligated to pay those taxes. But if you sell it into like you sell it and you leave it in the exchange onto another coin or onto like a stable coin, then the taxes are delayed on there. But then you get a tax form at the end of the year from the exchange telling you what how much you bought, how much you sold for, and what were your losses and everything. So, and kind of, I know this was for Crypto Caddy there, but shout out to Oxymoron. You like both, huh? I'm interested in all crypto and stocks. So yeah, I'm anything investment, business, real estate, private equity, stocks, crypto. I do it all. Anytime there's a new avenue to get into it, then we do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, go ahead, Cody.
we're not just all only focused on crypto. We're focused on like the whole finance industry as a whole, like real estate and stocks and all that. I know for me, like Sal was saying about tax write-offs and all that, like real estate is probably the best asset class in mankind. Real estate is the absolute best asset class you can get. Crypto is not even close. Crypto is just a good avenue to build your net worth because it's a tiny baby market. It's baby sized when it comes to the actual worth of it. Because $1 trillion market, that's a small market, very small.
Oh yeah.
Like next bull run, crypto as a whole could be worth like 10 to 12 trillion, and that's still
Yep.
a small market cap too. 10 to 12 trillion dollars for an asset class, that's small.
Shout out to Taco Man. In Arizona. Real estate too expensive to buy in. Well, Taco Man, you're in luck because Arizona's bubble is about ready to pop. So in the next 3 years, probably after this bull run, you'll see a drop in the real estate prices in Arizona as people move out of there again.
That's what I predict.
I think Arizona, Las Vegas, uh, a couple of the odd towns, not like Austin or Dallas or Houston, but like Corpus Christi, Texas, Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas. I
So
think
you think
going to start flooding out of there, and the
so you
price.
think real estate? Oh, I'm sorry, but you think real estate is going to go down in Texas as well,
Yes, it's going to go
Arizona?
down everywhere as people are no longer focused on buying real estate. They're focusing on other things, or
A
they're
lot of
just
people are renting.
yeah. A lot of people are renting, and the demand for rent just can't keep up. Even in Northwest Arkansas, where Cody and I are, they're building apartment complexes left and right, and we still have a shortage. So it's just crazy. Shout out to Oxymoron, and you're thinking gaming is the main part of the next bull run. Come to
Yes,
having a Bitcoin, yes, especially
yes,
since GTA 6 is announcing they're using a kind of a play to earn crypto.
because
Crypto,
Bitcoin obviously will be the most important aspect of next bull run when it comes to leading the market. But when it comes to the next niche, I think interoperability and gaming are going to be two huge niches next bull run. You want to invest in, if you really want those like degen type of gains, the niches I recommend is gaming and interoperability. If you have gaming and interoperability in your crypto, like in your altcoin portfolio, I'm not
mhm.
talking about Bitcoin and ETH. I'm talking about because ETH isn't an alt. I don't consider it an alt. But if you're talking about actual altcoin portfolio, like I'd say gaming and interoperability is what you need to accumulate.
Yes, because those seem to be the areas that are going to take off. Shout out to Abdurham. I hope I got that name right. Thanks for the follow, though. Really glad to have you in here. Uh, and shout out to Taco Man. Same with Arizona. They're building so many apartment buildings. Yeah, it's getting crazier, and rents just keeps going up. So eventually it's going to pop on there. I would definitely say gaming is interoperability is going to be like the second part of the bull run. I think that's when it's going to get its nice healthy run up. But the gaming, as soon as the bull run starts, the gaming tokens are all going to go. So you can just pick one, like Mana. What you got? Mana, Sandbox.
Axie
What's the one? Axie
Infinity. You got
Infinity.
ad shares. Ad shares
Harmony.
is a good one, by the way.
Yes,
Magic.
Ad Shears is a really good one to get in, and it's
Magic's a good one
nice
too.
and cheap right now.
I like Magic and ad shares
Mhm.
for gaming.
Exactly. Shout out to Surgic Banger. Welcome back in, buddy. I guess you're taking a quick break from all those degenerate day trading. Long XRP getting ready to pump back up to 78 again. It probably will because it seems like it dips, then we get a significant buy pressure, then we hit a resistance level, and then it goes back down, and we're going to repeat that process. Hopefully, we repeat that process for the next like year and a half as
Yeah.
we can accumulate as much as we can.
I'm buying $1,000 worth of ETH next week, and I'm accumulating ETH like crazy because I have I have my quant bag set up. I have a lot of quant. I have a lot of Polkadot as well,
Mm-hmm.
and those are my two main altcoin picks. So since I got those two main altcoin picks, I'm just gonna only focus on Ethereum. I want at least 7 to 10 Ethereum before next bull run, while holding the alts that I have.
Yeah. And shout out to Crypto Caddy. Yeah, we forgot about Gala too, one of the gaming tokens too. I think whatever you put money into the gaming tokens, whichever one you want, or all of them, they're all going to rise, just because of the euphoria and the hype around it. Especially when GTA 6 piles in on there. Shout out to Taco Man. Shout out to you. Heard lithium might skyrocket. Yeah, we need lithium for everything nowadays because if you're talking about moving over to EV vehicles, lithium's going to be a highly sought after commodity, and that's where I keep saying I know it's kind of like a corny, futuristic foresight on it, but with us needing more lithium, more cadmium, more all this stuff to make these lithium ion batteries, we're going to have to get it from other like asteroids, planets, and moons. We're going to have to start going out there and getting it. So eventually, we're going to run out of it on Earth. But the good thing about lithium is that it's everywhere. So it's an easy thing to find. if that's the case, I would definitely also, if you're going to buy lithium as a commodity, I would definitely put money into Ford right now because they're cheap. They're restructuring themselves like Tesla, and they're trying to they're reducing their costs of labor by because EV vehicles need less people on the manufacturing line. So it's definitely going to be um it's definitely going to be a good pick there. I think Ford's going to be a good pick for the future, for the long term. I'm definitely thinking about adding it into my stock portfolio. Shout out to Oxymoron. What platform are used to long and short? I think, what was it, Bitrex or whatever it is, Bitnex or something. I think that's a good one to go in there. Shout out to Cali X2. Glad to have you in here. All right, I think we're finally caught up on everybody. Okay.
I still don't, with the talk of EVs and all that, I honestly don't see myself in an EV anytime soon. At least when next bull run, if I do buy a car next bull run, I would buy something at least $15,000 to $20,000 because I'm still young and I'll be young next bull run. I'll only be like 24 years old. I don't plan on buying a super nice car until I'm at least worth $1 million. Once I'm worth $1 million or more, that's when I'll spend like 60, 70, 80,000 on a vehicle or
Hmm.
more, or 100 grand if I really wanted to. But there's a rule out there, and I believe in this. Like a vehicle should only be 10% or less of your net worth. Like if you're worth $100,000, your car should be $10,000. Like if you got 100,000 in the bank and you're trying to buy a car, at least.
Exactly.
That's what.
Sure.
Oh, my
No,
bad.
go ahead. No, go ahead, Cody. I thought you were
That
done.
I was pretty much gonna say the same thing. I got scatterbrained.
Yeah, no worries. Like we just have to come to terms that EVs are going to take over. It just
They
is.
will.
They will eventually. Um, my thing is though is that the high end cars, the exotic cars, the mid level cars are all going to be on there. But it's funny because the most efficient fuel source is actually the hydrogen one because it is 100% renewable.
Hydrogen.
Yes, you use the hydrogen cell, you mix it with oxygen, you make water. The combustion part makes water, and then you just separate it out again,
So
and you constantly
why
have.
aren't we? Is there not a way to make vehicles out of that? Like,
Um, there is. I know there's one hypercar that is powered by it. It's pretty cool looking too. So it's only for sale in Dubai right now though. So
oh, Dubai.
yeah, so that's the only way to get it. But it's a pretty cool car. But EVs are kind of here to stay. That seems to be where everybody's pushing it.
I
Even
see
though
Teslas all the time.
Yeah, Tesla's number one. Tesla's like the luxury model of it, and they're like the luxury model version.
They're
But
the
I'm starting to
Bitcoin for
see,
EVs.
yeah, I'm starting to see like the what's it, the Revions, the Ford Lightning models, and I'm seeing more of the Porsche Taycans around. So
Yeah,
people are starting to get into it. Shout out to Sergic Banger. Baby Dogecoin looks like the most bullish meme coin. Don't buy on exchanges though. Use through DApps. Shout out to Cali X2. Good morning, everyone. Just checking in for a minute on vacation and visit family near Puerto Rico or Puerto Val. I'm sorry, I'm almost in Puerto Rico. Puerto Vallarta. I hope I got that name right. But definitely, you guys. Hope you're enjoying your vacation there. Shout out to Sergic Banger. Electric cars are the future, but when someone invented solar powered cars, game over. Yeah, pretty true. Just need to get shout out to you skids. How is hydrogen reusable? Well, you can't destroy the hydrogen atom. Like you just can't. So what it does is you bind it with oxygen, and that produces the energy. Because when they slap together, it creates heat. So that's how the car generates propulsion. Then you take out the then when it's in its water form, which is H2O, you just run electricity through it and you separate the hydrogen and oxygen molecules again, and You just make another fuel cell and then pop it back in. So I hope that answers that one for you. But that's how easy it is to have a hydrogen powered car, and they can last a very, very, very long time on one fuel cell. Like you're talking like 600 or 700 miles. It doesn't have the same combustion power as gasoline ever will, but it's pretty close to it. So you won't be able to get like a car like a Bugatti that can go 277 miles, but you could probably get it to go about 230 if you really want to make a hypercar out of it.
I think an electric Porsche SUV all blacked out would be pretty clean.
Yep, I think they're coming out with the SUV soon. I know that a lot of like Lamborghini and Ferrari are making hybrids now, so it's just slowly coming. You just have to. What's going to happen is that we're all going to get EVs, and everyone else is like, if you're wealthy, then you can afford to have the gas one. Shout out to Knowledge. Any suggestions for my 7-year-old parents struggling with Nano X? Any alternatives? Uh, I think the crypto DeFi wallet is pretty straightforward for the staking side. It is a little complicated to figure out, but you can definitely use them. Also, the EliPal wallet seems pretty straightforward. I'm still waiting on mine to come in, but I've been kind of looking at tutorials on YouTube and everything, and it is absolutely straightforward. No, no hidden things or anything on that. So I think that's a good one to go with, and it's a separate device. All you have to do is put the SD card in, get the biggest one you can, put it in there, and just don't let them take it out or anything. I think it can work for them. Definitely don't get one that's tied to their computer though. Always get one that's separate. Uh, it's now just called EliPal. ELLIPAL is what the name of that wallet is. Not a paid advertiser of it. It's just a wallet I found interesting, and I kind of want to do a YouTube video of it when I finally get it in here. Just takes forever to get the damn thing in. Um, Other than that, it's I know that a lot of people are talking about the overall dip in the market. Um, I know now that we got the downsayers of Bitcoin saying, because I think what was it, Gavin Miles saying 8,500 Bitcoin, which would probably mean like what,
That would be when Tether
500 ETH?
collapses.
Yeah,
That would under 10,000 Bitcoin would only happen if Tether collapses. If Tether doesn't collapse, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing that.
yeah. And it's going to be pretty hard for Tether to collapse right now. Excuse me. It's going to be pretty hard for Tether to make a collapse right now. But if Binance does collapse, or there's any negative things around Binance US, we are definitely going to see a lower Bitcoin.
Yeah, we will for sure. Especially, I think it'll be around 15,000. If we go back to 15K, buy. It doesn't matter if it could go lower. Buy at 15,000. Don't be one of those guys when it goes to 15,000. You're like, oh, it'll go to 8 or 7. Don't be one of those guys, because I
Yeah.
was one of those guys, and if I wasn't one of those guys, then I'd be more in profit. So when you see it 15K, even if people are saying 6, 7. You still buy at 15K. That's just my opinion.
Yep. Shout out to Shot 256 bit. We're gonna send Bitcoin back to 20K and your shit coins to zero. Well, hey, anything's possible. I don't think Bitcoin's gonna go to 20K. I think the lowest we'll see again is 25, and then the market will start coming back up. Shout out to Dion Ellen. Welcome back in. Glad to have you in here. Any extra security can be placed on a wallet. I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. I think.
Not on the ledger. You got your seed phrase, and that's pretty much it.
Yep. I think so. I don't. Well, I think the crypto.com one you can, because you can add the authenticator app, and add a second and third level security to it. I think that's the only one that I know of, but I may be mistaken. Shout out to Tate 1971. Thanks for the share. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Nevada Envy Love. Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. Hello to you too. And shout out to Shot 256-bit. There's 21 million Bitcoins and we plan to own them all. Oh, that would take a shit ton of money, but if someone can do it,
The
hey,
U.S. government owns a lot.
yes, they do. But I also want to say out there because, like, I think it was like what 2 years ago. There's only like 25,000 like coins out there, and right now we have 1.8 million crypto.
Cryptos? Really? So wait,
1.8
we're at
million crypto.
1.8 million cryptos.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't we at
600.
25,000 a couple years ago?
Yep, it was only like 25,000 cryptos,
What the fuck?
and we're at 648 exchanges. So, and the volume today is up almost 50 over
I
50%.
remember 2 years ago there was like 260 or 300 exchanges.
Yeah, like I said, people are starting to grow. It's kind of like in the part of the infancy stage where we're going to see like a shotgun approach to everything, and a lot of things are going to come out, and only a few are going to remain, and then a few more are going to start coming out. So we're kind of at that point where everyone's trying to make something to break the market.
Yeah. Oh shit.
So yeah. Oh, shout out to Nevada Envy. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that there. Yeah, and we're down almost a little over 2.5%, about 1.17 trillion on market cap valuation. You have Bitcoin at 48% and ETH still at 19%. So it's kind of a hard thing because right now I know that a lot of people are starting. All of a sudden, all the people doing degenerate price predictions are all of a sudden quiet, and now you got the Debbie Downers saying, "Oh, we're going to be down. It's going to be a crash. Everything's going to go down to like." I think one person I saw said like 200 ETH. I mean, it was 200 ETH. I'm buying a shit ton of ETH at that point. I have no
I'm buying
excuse.
a shit ton of ETH. You best believe it.
It's like, but I just don't see a 200 ETH happening. I don't even see like a 1300 ETH again.
That
Like,
would be amazing. 1,300. I still rest my case that 2 grand and under is a goaded buy-in. If you have
yes,
buy-ins for ETH at 2 grand and under, your buy-ins are solid, in my opinion. If you have buy-ins at like 3,500 and up or 3K and up, I think those are bad buys. But 2 grand and under, I think those are solid for ETH.
yeah. Shout out to Knowledge. Your thoughts on Elon X coin? I haven't even heard about it.
Elon XT, that's a shit coin. All these damn shit coins. You can make a bag if you're an insider or you get some early bird info or you know what you're doing when it comes to entries and exits. Make your bag on it, but it's a shit coin.
Yep.
It's not even a shit coin. It's just like a rug exit liquidity.
Yep. I do know someone came out with XRP 2.0. This is absolutely a scam token.
Which one?
XRP 2.0.
Oh yes. There's another coin coming out called BTC20. It's like a proof of stake version of Bitcoin, and even I'm iffy on that. And people are and that doesn't sound like a scam. Like a lot of people are saying it's legit, but I don't know. I'd avoid that. It's called
Yeah.
BTC20. It's a proof of stake Bitcoin. I'm like, why do we need a proof of stake Bitcoin? I mean, yeah, granted, the proof of work, it does use a shit ton of energy. They're loud. The mining facilities, they're kind of like a useless thing for society besides for Bitcoin
Yeah.
holders. They
Yeah.
really are. And Bitcoin on proof of stake, it's a weird one because the mining can be centralized. Like, don't think for a second that mining is all decentralized because it's not.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Nevada Envy. Yes, I'm a newbie. Well, hey, glad to have you in here. There's definitely a lot of people, even in our chat, that are quite knowledgeable.
Yeah, a
Uh,
lot of people are trying to make scam tokens of XRP to trick new investors.
yeah, I think there's at least two that pop up. XRP. Yeah, there's XRP space 2.0 and XRP no space 2.0 and XR Pay Net. So,
XR Paynet? That sounds
yeah.
like XR penis.
So, yeah, you guys got to be careful out there. None of these are really part of anything. They're just, and there's a bunch on Pancake Swap. Like, this is where you need regulation because right now someone else could take the names of legitimate projects and tokens and make the stuff we just showed, all those fake tokens. So once it does get a regulation party about it, you wouldn't be able to make like a same name token about it. Yep, shout out to Cali X2. XRP scam tokens are coming out. Yep, they're coming with the hype. So just beware, guys. They're coming with the hype. Unfortunately, there'll be people that lose a shit ton of money in it. Unfortunately, but it's just the way the world works, I guess.
Yeah, there's the anti crypto people, they I get it, they hate on the fact that crypto mainly benefits exchanges and whales, but in reality, that's just how all financial markets work. In real estate, there's whales in real estate. There's people in real estate who own a shit ton of homes that can dump on the market at any point if they have buyers. It might not be a liquid asset, but if there's demand for it, those homes will be bought. It's the same for every financial market. Yeah, crypto is a liquid asset. It can be dumped at any time without like having to find a buyer. But at the same time, there's always the big holders. There's always the big fish. Always in every venture,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and
Number
that's just reality.
Oh yeah, it's just part of the financial world. Another one that I'm paying close attention to are the is Hedera. It has been holding the 5 cent range, but this coin has the most markup. Shout out to Cali X2. Crypto bubbles are all red. Good opportunity to build your bags. Absolutely. When you see a lot of red, it's time to get out your bucket and start scooping up your coins that you are strong in. Uh,
Yes, I want to buy ETH at 1K, sub 1K. That would be amazing. And
oh
and
yeah,
I
that
don't even think it would stay
be
there for that
amazing.
long.
No, you probably see it there for maybe a couple hours. You got to be ready for that
You
dip.
have to be ready for that ETH dip, because if it goes that low, I mean, people are just going to be just like me and you, like, oh my god, $1,000 ETH, let's buy. Like, and that's what
Yeah,
happened last year. It only stayed at 850 for a few hours.
absolutely. And shout out to Cali X2. Glad to have you in here. Go enjoy your vacation. Thank you, buddy, for sharing, and thank you for your support. Really appreciate it, and really appreciate everybody that's been hopping in. I know that we were a little late today, but we do appreciate you guys chiming in. So, and another one to look at is Stellar. It's kind of going in the same momentum as XRP, but it's still up on the month about 14% with this latest dip. Shout out to Surgic Banger. ETH is trash alone based off of the gas. I agree the gas fees are terrible on it, and it's hard to transfer money on and off of it without
It's
paying a
still going to
purchase.
stay around, and there's going to be changes to it eventually. Give it time. There's been a lot of time for ETH, and just like even Cardano has failed promises too, but I
Hmm.
still see ETH being a household name. I still see it holding its ground. ETH has been strong for so long in price action. I mean, the market clearly sees ETH as valuable.
Yes, and you also got to remember it's now really a staple. So everybody is everybody is paying attention to it. Like anyone who is just getting into crypto, most of them know Bitcoin and then Ethereum, and then they might know some of the more news related ones like Dogecoin, Shiba Coin. Some even know about XRP and Quant, but that's just like the extent of it. Like they don't know a lot. That they don't know a lot more than that in there. But when they get into crypto, they're going to be buying probably Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then the meme coins.
Damn, the volume shot up 67% in a day. Yesterday we were sitting at like 26 billion, 27 billion. Now we're at 37 billion.
Yes. Shout out to Nevada Envy. Yep. Glad to have you in here. I don't know what you mean by spell it, please. Not sure what you're saying there. Shout out to Knowledge. The government handpicked ETH, not going anywhere. Shout out to Talk. Shout out to Spell Stella, please. Shout out to Envy. Well, its ticker is XLM. That's the ticker, and the Stella is STELLAR.
Yep. I
Uh,
remember in 2021, I worked at Lowe's and some kid in the break room asked me how to move Stellar. I was like, how did he know I was in the crypto? But he was talking about XLM 2 years ago, and it was some kid in the break room with me.
mm-hmm. Shout out to Taco. I had Ren lost a lot, sold it. I wouldn't have sold it, buddy. But what's done is done now. I would just held. I know that it's kind of dropping, but it has a strong use case. I would just held it for the bull run. But it's one of those ones I'm looking at to when it gets to a good time for me to buy in, hold it till the bull run and be one of the first things I sell with profit.
I can't see XRP.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I can see XRP going to $7 because I remember when ETH was at $100 to $200, its market cap was like at 27 billion or something like that at one point, and that's where XRP is right now, 30 billion market cap. I can easily see XRP 10. I can easily see XRP at a 200 billion market cap. I just can if
Mhm.
it's gonna happen.
Yes, it definitely is going to happen eventually. I just can't see it during this bull run, but I will take a $4 XRP during this next bull run. Shout out to Surgic Banger. When I hear people saying BTC or buy ETH, I look at them as NPC. They're new to crypto for sure. Exactly, because those are the ones that are always out there. Like CNBC, if they're talking about crypto, they're only talking about Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP. So they're the ones that they know. Shout out to Uncle Haya. Welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Glad to have you in here on the stream. Shout out to Knowledge. There's also a Stella. Oh, I didn't know that there was a Stella, but there's a Stellar. That's the one I'm talking about. Shout out to Tate 1971. What do you think about Rex? And shout out to Kiki. Opinion on Unibot. So welcome. Thank you guys for your support there. So we'll look at Rex first. We're about ready to hit our hour mark. I honestly, guys, I haven't heard of Rex, so I couldn't tell you. But looking at this price chart, it doesn't look very. Looks like we're in a downward trend there. Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty straightforward downward trend. We'd have to really do a deep dive in it, but it looks like there's no activity, no liquidity, infinite. I guess a infinite supply. Yeah, I think there's an infinite supply on it, so that's kind of disheartening there. But I wouldn't go in with Rex. It seems like it's just going down, and no one's really active in that. And it's only got 13,000 people on the watch list, 10,000 followers, but doesn't look too healthy for me. Now, when we're coming over to Unibot, once again, let's just take a look at the year. Oh wow, so this one's been running up like crazy. Well, it looks like it's probably due for a sell off as people get out and take profit. Let's take a look. How many is there a max supply of this sucker? 1 million Unibot is the total supply. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive on this one too. This one piques my curiosity a little bit more. Shout out to Inside Pearls LLC. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate your support there. Um, the fastest Telegram Uniswap server. Okay, so that's what they're looking to do. One of those um, swap facilitators. But I'll have to do a deep dive on it and really take a look at it so we can go. Shout out to Ronald Ruvel. Why did you say ETH can hit 200? I didn't say ETH could hit. I don't think it can ever hit 200. I don't think we can get below 1,000 now. But I do see a lot of there's a lot of downsayers, and one of the things is like 5,000 Bitcoin or somewhere between 5,000 8,000 Bitcoin, 200 to 500 Ethereum. So it's just one of those things. You're going to see a lot of negative price predictions, and then you're going to see a lot of positives once the market starts bouncing back again. Shout out to Surgic Banger. X is pumping as well due to the Twitter name and logo change. Yeah, that can happen too.
Are they really gonna try to call Twitter X now?
Yes.
I'm gonna use X. I posted on X. Like that's stupid.
Well, we'll have to see how Twitter.
Hey, did y'all check my X post? That sounds like a porn thing.
Yeah.
Y'all
Well,
like my X
it is
post?
Elon.
Elon is something else, man. I swear. Elon
Yes.
is something else.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Just one of those crazy people. But we'll have to see.
I think
He
he's an
did well with
alien
this.
reptile.
Yeah, he could be. He could be from another planet, but we'll have to see on that one.
That's funny to talk about around people because they'll look at you. It's funny to mess with people. Like you can go in public and say Elon is a reptile alien, and people will be like, "What is this dude on drugs?" They'll look at
Yeah,
you like,
right. Absolutely. Shout out to Surgic Banger again. I mean, Twitter damn near it is already a X site, so it makes sense.
"Yeah, it is a porn site. It is. I see it all the time on there. Like them Twitter, them X bitches, they're wilding."
Yeah, and they're completely degenerate in there as well. They'll say whatever. He probably shout out to Uncle Haya. He probably has a chip in the head. He probably put one in there. Wouldn't be surprised if he said he installed it himself.
Hey, we know we're in a crypto bull run when all the OnlyFans models start accepting Bitcoin as payment. When you
Yep.
start seeing OnlyFans models talk about crypto, and then they'll try to reel in the crypto people. They'll be like, they'll mention Bitcoin just to try to get more sales, and then they'll be
Oh
like, "I'll
yeah,
take your Bitcoin. I'll take your Bitcoin for your nut or something." Like they'll be saying some freaky shit. That's how you know we'll be in a bull run. And then when you go to a bar and you hear people talking about Bitcoin and shit, yeah, we're in a bull run.
absolutely, absolutely. And shout out to William Fall. Fall. I'm sorry, I just call you William F. Sorry, I can't get that name right. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Live and Learn. Happy Monday to you too. Glad to have you back in here. And shout out to Steve.eth. Good morning to you too, buddy. Glad to have you in here. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy on what's going on. It's just going to be kind of crazy how it is because the bull run's going to happen when OnlyFans women are just starting to post a ton of shit about it. That's when we know, okay, it's time to sell.
Yeah.
It's time to sell. We are at the top right there. No pun intended. So it's just one of those things. Like it's like you don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. But I know that we got another year and a half till we go there. But it's a funny thing that we start talking about OF because like I said, I knew that they're starting. It was kind of a creep. It kind of creeped in there, then got shut down really quickly. Where they were going to cancel the X-rated content. But let me tell you, let me tell you something. Because right now they focus on guys that are invisible to women, and they only spend somewhere between $5 and $25. Some of them spend a shit ton of money, but not much. Not much will take it. But I'm telling you, they're gonna because he saw the owner of OF saw that there's more money in doing like a like a rated G version than there is for OF. You're getting $15, $20.
Wait, what? A rated G version? What do you mean of that?
So just imagine like you're a parent, you got kids, right? And let's just say Blue Clues is doing something where they're having like an interactive thing. Now you pay a monthly subscription for Blue Clues for $500. You know how many parents buy a $2,000 gaming console and games just to shut their kid up?
Yes, they
They
do that all the time.
the corn industry, because you can't say it on TikTok there, but that the corn industry is only like $10 billion. It's only $10 billion.
Is it?
Yes,
I
but
thought
the
it'd be a lot more.
kids network, which has not a lot of variety, but the kids network, like rate under 18, they call it rated G programming or rated E for everyone programming is like $17 trillion,
Really?
not counting merchandising rights.
That's almost
That is
that's
crazy. So
that's
I could already tell you he's just sitting there like, how am I going to convert OF to that? And he's just going to F them. He's going to F them OnlyFans girls. They're just going to show up one day like, what happened? Like, well,
I want it to be
switch.
that way. Good. We need something for the kids.
I'm telling you, because like the OF like platform, everything is perfect for setting up. You just replace all the X-rated content and you replace it with like Blues Clues. Talk to the favorite character, talk to the voice actor, behind the scenes stuff. All of that, kids are interested in that stuff.
Wasn't that
And
the,
go ahead, Cody.
wasn't that the whole entire purpose of OnlyFans though?
No, the guy is a degenerate. But the guy that founded that was the one that what did you do? What was that? The Girls Gone Wild stuff? No, no, it wasn't that. It was I forget. He did some big thing in the corn industry, and that's where he got his. That's where he moved from there and made OF happen. I mean, the guy's basically a virtual pimp. That's all he is. Like he
So
takes.
he got the idea from the corn industry.
Mm-hmm. I know he worked in the corn industry, and then he took OF, and originally it was just there, like a high-end webcam service, but then it switched to what it is now.
Pimping, girls pimping themselves out.
Yep. And not only that, it's like you do it for such a he takes like 30 to 40% cut. Then the IRS takes about 60% of the income that these women earn, so they're left with nothing, and then they don't even pay the taxes. And the only one who's making out like bandits is the IRS. They're sitting there behind a tree, like, yeah, we got these guys.
I know so many girls that are in my age group that started. They're in my age group. They're all in my age group, and the ones who tried to do OnlyFans in my age group, they maybe did it for 2 years max, a year, 2 years max, and I check on their Instagrams. Their OnlyFans is gone. Like they deleted it. It's like
Yep.
you expose yourself on the internet for that long. It's like people have saved because some of these motherfuckers who wank all day to porn, they have old porn videos and old nudes saved from like 5 or 6 years ago. Some of these girls are going to be saved in these weirdos' phones for years.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and it's crazy because shout out to Crypto Dream, glad to have you in here. And shout out to all you guys in the comments. Yeah, it's all connected and everything. Like OF was just a wealth extraction machine. That's all it was. And
Yeah.
then a lot of the women who were content creators wasted a lot of them. Some of them did do smart things with the money. Like there was a couple that I saw on some podcast that it's like, well, that actually, if you're going to take that big of a risk, do invest money because like one of them, I think she owns like 400 properties from it. I
Yeah,
was
if
like,
you're
that
gonna
was
invest
actually
that,
pretty damn smart to do. But in the end, most of them they just spent the money. They
yeah,
extracted it out of the guys. The women spent it, and it's the only person is there's one person at the top that has it all.
exactly, and that's exactly what it was for. And my thing for OnlyFans too is shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, if you're gonna put yourself at a risk to where future employers can know that you did that type of stuff, you're gonna make yourself at least to where if you can make a bag on OnlyFans and you know you can make a bag on OnlyFans, because women should only get into OnlyFans if they know they can make a bag, right? So
Mhm.
with that bag that they make, they should get into assets and investing and furthering their wealth, because chances are you're not going to want to go back to the workforce in corporate
Yeah.
America. You got to set yourself up to where you don't have to go back there.
Yep. Yep. But hey, they're all and you can't even use because look for us guys, we blow up, we got to start back from the bottom and slowly dig our way out. But it used to be, you blow up your life as a woman if you were decent enough and had good enough values. You just go get married and pop up your tent in someone else's life. That was usually the case. Nowadays, it's like the guys don't want to deal with you, don't want to deal with that. Guys are not even dating anymore. They're just kind of I'm even seeing it with the guys that work for me. They're either married and just focus on building their family and their wealth, or if they're single, they ain't about that life. They're not trying to have kids, they're not even bothering women. They're just steadily investing their money.
Exactly. I'm not bothered with dating either. Like, I'm not even in the lifestyle to date. And this will sound misogynistic. This will sound terrible to say, but this, I mean, knowing ill intent when I say this, not, especially if you're in your 20s, 90 to 95%. That's right. 90 to 95% of these women are 304s, especially on Tinder. And there are good women out there, but the good women who have morals, traditions, and values, they're like 5% or less. Because I feel like
Yeah.
feminism really fucked these women's minds. And now it's just so hard to find good, valued women, like valued women. Most of them are masculine, especially the ones with tattoos and piercings. I can't stand those chicks. I mean, I don't hate them. It's just I wouldn't wife them. Like, I could be a "Hey, how are you doing" type of relationship with you. I could be friends with you, but I would never want to wife a woman like that. That acts masculine. They got tattoos and piercings. They're
Mhm.
about the 304 shit. They go out every Friday. They work in corporate America and they act professional on the weekdays, but on the weekends, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's trust me, it all catches up to everything. Always catches up. That's why I say you just got to be careful about what you do online. And like even like if I was working in corporate America, I couldn't even do a stream like this because it's uh it's uh it's still kind of borderline iffy on topics and what we're talking about. So it's like you guys got to be careful out there. But I want to say for a lot of young guys because I know like about 30% of our audience is between the age of 25 and 35. And let me tell you something, those 304s are the first to take notice of you starting to rise up and they're going to try to do it. So really guys, protect those bags. And also funny story because women you get if you're single and you're older and you got a lot of money, be careful about them boys too out there because I just moved out of uh, uh, and it was a foreclosure of a property, and it was like this 40-year-old married to a 79-year-old. It was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, god damn, like, no, 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 no. I will earn my money the hard way with grit and hard work. Not gonna. I don't need to go down that route. It's not that important enough for me to do it. So,
Yeah.
but Cody's more into dating than I am. Like like shout out to Cat. I think it was Live and Learn. Or was it Caddy? So someone here said that they don't have time. Yeah, shout out to Live and Learn who has time for dating. It's like if you're building a business and you're investing and you're doing a lot of that hard work, you're really not going to have time to
You're not
really
going to.
participate in any of that, and you're going
So
to be a
it's like,
little self conscious about how much you spend on dating. So
so here's my thing. If
go
that's
ahead,
the
Cody.
case, right?
if that's the case, right? You're busy all the time and you don't have time for dating and all that. Technically, the guys that are out here that are only focused on dating, they ain't got shit going for them. And a lot of the girls on dating apps and stuff, they see all those guys, but what they're looking for is the rich guy who does have time for dating. But in reality, most rich guys don't have time for dating. And so now they're only left with like a pool of guys who aren't, really doing shit and don't care about moving forward. They're just focused on good times and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Shout out to Uncle Haya. Women don't need any, don't need to do anything. Guys will come to you. Yep, that's pretty true. Us guys, we just have to work. There's just what it is. So, but yeah, I said protect that stuff because we're coming up to, we're gonna have like a nice little healthy economy first, and then we're gonna have real suffrage happen in the economy, and that's when people start doing degenerate things to stay afloat. So like OnlyFans content and women doing that type of stuff, whereas men will sacrifice. Say, hey, look, I'll marry some old lady that has like 2 or 3 years left and just suffer through it to get that bag. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person. You want to be able to wake up in the morning and say, I have earned my money and that I've gotten it through through an ethical process and with maintaining my integrity and morals behind it. You don't want to be like some of these guys.
Yeah, no, that's terrible. I wouldn't. The idea of, because one, people who use people for money, they act like karma doesn't exist. Because let's say if they were in that position, would they want somebody using them? Probably not.
Exactly. And also, shout out to Eric KP 177. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. And shout out to Underground Anon. Glad to have you in here. Glad I'm married. I hate to be dating these days. Yes, it's definitely a little rough out there. Um, I think it's going to change. I see a lot of younger people going back, kind of going back to more traditional ways of dating and everything. So definitely, it's definitely starting to
There's just too
swing.
much
But like,
degeneracy in the dating market. There's too much degenerate shit happening.
yeah, but like I said, I'm coming up on 40, and a lot of the women who did not make the right choices in life are now starting to go back through Facebook and see who made it financially, who's out of their like high school groups or everything, and see who is kind of there and kind of really and who's focusing on building that financial path to where they can kind of leech off of it. So you want to be very careful because I noticed a lot of women from my graduating high school year, a lot of them now that they're if they're single, they got an OnlyFans and stuff. Yep, almost 40, 1983, buddy. Shout out to David. Welcome back in here. How does everyone think XRP will drop? Well, right now it's pumping. It's back in the 70s, so I don't know if we're going to see another dip um, just yet. We'll see it after this run up, and then it cools off. People take profits. I'm hoping to see a 60 cent level, so I can just do some degenerate buying again and really start emptying out my cash in my cash bag and try to build up these bags for for myself. Oh, excuse me. Well, with that said, I ain't got nothing out there because like that's a topic that I don't think anyone really talks about. Is that you got to be careful about people. People are watching you. They're watching you. They're watching you grow.
Hello.
They're watching you build. They're watching you succeed. They're watching you. They're very, very silent, and they're going to start to try to latch onto you. And once they see the manifestation of your hard work and success, so be very careful because while you're building your portfolios, your crypto, your stocks, your real estate, it's kind of invisible to everybody. But then when all of a sudden when you can start buying a nicer car, you live in nicer areas, you do a lot of other things like that, all of a sudden they're going to start coming back in here, and that's where I say you got to get. I forget. There's a book about stoicism. I'll have to go to my house and get that for you guys one time. But there's a book about stoicism, and you have to take your emotions out of it and see those people for what they are, because they are trying to drain that wealth from you that
Exactly.
you have.
People don't see you while you're building it up. When you're talking about crypto and assets, people are like, what is this? But when you start buying the nice shit, that's when they see it. That's when they fucking see it. And then the people popping up, they'll appear in your life in a very friendly, caring way. They'll almost uplift you to the point where
Oh yeah.
to where you feel like, oh my goodness, like these people love me, but in reality they don't. They just want something from you, or they know having you in their life, just in case the shit goes bad for them, you'll help them out because they know what type of person you are.
Yep. Shout out to Will. Well, hey, no, I know you have to go back to work. Glad to have you in here, though. Shout out to Surgic Banger. They always come back when you up. Yep, I think it sounds like you have experience in that, because it's just, yeah, I see a lot of comments about karma, and it goes both ways. Absolutely. It definitely can go either way, with karma. So that's why you always want to try to do the best that you can. And we're all human, we're not perfect. The only perfect being is God. That's it. And no one should expect anyone to be like that. But we're going to get mad, we're going to get upset, we're going to have days where we're not completely perfect. But I want you to understand that as long as you have honest intentions, you will always win. That's the one bottom thing: honest intentions and integrity. That will lead to many doors opening up for everybody. I know that we're getting a little longer than I thought, because I got to get back to running my sales floor at my Northwest Arkansas site. So, and I got a lot of work to do with a lot of other things, but love that it's you guys participating in here. Really appreciate all your support and everything. Uh, we kind of don't really have any I don't have any final thoughts on this market right now. I just say just wait. If you got money that you intend to put into the market, just put it aside and just wait. Put it into like if you have an account like I do where you use it for crypto and stocks, you just leave it there and just kind of let it sit until we get a good buy signal. But with that said, I don't have much else to say other than I'm just waiting to deploy my cash. I probably took a nice 3 to 5% dip on my portfolio, so I'm sure I lost about 20 to 30K opening up today,
I'm
which
I see 20.
retrospect bad.
My final thoughts are I see 22. I see 22 to 25 22 to 25k Bitcoin as very possible. So that's probably what Sal's waiting for. But regardless, I'm DCAing for the next year and a half because I know we have another year and a half of buying. So it doesn't matter what the prices are. I know that we have a year and a half. Therefore, I'm buying for the next year and a half. That's all.
Exactly. Exactly. So, and with that said, guys, thanks for joining in. We really appreciate all your support. If you could like and follow us on TikTok and on YouTube, we're trying to get our following up there. Also, if you guys want to do a little bit more support, you can join our Patreon, and you can get access to the crypto picks, stock picks before they hit YouTube. You can get them out like a week in advance, as well as a new series I'm putting on there for interviewing. I'm going to interview 5 prominent business owners in the area. Most of them are from my network. Once we can line up our schedules, so definitely you want to join for those, because those will only be on Patreon. They're not going to be anywhere else. As well as you get access to the Discord, and the link is in the description on YouTube or in the bio on TikTok, on right under, I think right in my bio there. So with that said, guys, thank you guys for all your support. We really appreciate your guys as being in here, and we'll see you again on. There won't be a stream tomorrow as I have to go out on the road tomorrow, but we will see you on Wednesday morning. So we'll be there for that. So definitely glad to have you guys in, and shout out to Apple user 5392. Glad, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Live and Learn. Great conversation. Hey, glad to have you in here. And shout out to Oxymoron. Have a great day. Just you too, buddy. Hope you guys chase that bag. And remember, don't invest more than what you are comfortable losing. With that said, guys, I am going to check you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.